KSM Show.
Hi, this is Bernard Avle. I love the KSM Show because K is for captivating, S is for stimulating, and M, it will blow your mind. It's mind-blowing. Tune in.
We're back and I have the citizen in the house. I like to call you just the citizen, man.
I like that.
And before the commercial break, we're making a very, very important thing about how we had some fundamental things that are critical for
every society.
In every society. I want you to take it over from there. Continue from there.
Thank you very much. And I think I was hammering on the importance of jobs, employment, as the umbilical cord between a human being and his society. And that strengthening this cord, this relationship of an individual to a job, is that which creates the strength of an economy, which creates the wealth of a society, and then from that, then housing problems are solved, transportation problems are solved. People can then educate their children. You understand? So if we play with this job thing, then it means that we are not trying to build a society of strength.
We are striking at the core
yes.
of what we need to move the society.
Yes. Because, my brother, let's look at it this way. Right now, Ghana is import dependent. Most of the things that we live on are imported. I can say that here, what I'm wearing, what my sister is wearing, what you're wearing, some things are sewn here, but the material, the texture.
Like this shirt.
Okay, yes.
Sewn here.
The carpet, the television set here, the electrical equipment here, you know, and if you live here, the cars on the road, the coal tile on the road, you look at the shops, 90% of the things in the shops, a lot of all of these things are imported into Ghana, made in somebody's country. What does that mean? It means that some country has realized the importance of this job as the centerpiece of their society. And that their people through these jobs are creating these things to satisfy their local needs and then sell the rest to others to make more money. And they keep selling a lot to us. Ghana, please listen to me carefully. I love this country and I think we're a great country, but we must stop joking with some things. This job creation thing is something that we have to take. Every Ghanaian citizen who is capable of working must be given a job. We must find a way. Yes, we say that the private sector is the engine of growth. I believe partially in that because within the private sector there's efficiency. Things are done properly. They are motivated because they want to make a profit. But we don't have enough private companies in Ghana and we don't have even know the diversity of the different things to absorb all these people who need a job. And so what that means is that as a society, our centerpiece of governance must begin to think of how do we mobilize resources to create other jobs that will also produce things for this society and get everybody working. You know, when you look at what we are doing, we are practicing liberal economics. It means that anybody anywhere can come and sell to us anything in any quantity at any price. And therefore, even the private sector we have inside Ghana, the companies we have inside Ghana, you know, in economy we have what we call learning by doing. Learning by, as you do something more and more, you are learning more and you're becoming more and more efficient. Now, a Ghanaian company that is only 5 years old, you have opened the borders. There's a company in Switzerland that is making the same thing. That company is 50 years old. There's another company in China, 25 years old. There's a company in the UK, 75 years, been doing the same thing. You open our borders to come and sell the same thing.
Newcomers who are now,
who are now doing this thing. Yes. Now, because they've been doing it longer, they are more efficient, their prices are cheaper, packaging is nicer. You open the borders, they bring it in. My brother here who has set up a company struggling, he goes out of business. The 10 people that he has employed, they don't have a job. Alexander Hamilton, the Secretary of State of the United States, the first Secretary of State, at the time that Americans were building the economy, under the sharp eyes of the UK, who were then the center of the world, who knew how to do everything, went to the US Congress and warned them that if we open our borders for these British people and others to come and sell things to us, we are dead. We need to give room to our infant in companies infant industries
Let them grow
to grow
yeah.
to a certain point before we open our borders. Let me also add to this. China didn't join the WTO, the World Trade Organization, which is the organization for trading policies and this and that. And when you join, you are supposed to open your borders. You can sell to everybody and everybody can sell to you. China decided that we don't have anything to sell to anybody. We are not going to be members. So they didn't join for a long time. China joined only about 20 years ago. The reason China didn't join was smart, because at that time, China was now beginning their factories, okay? Learning how to do it, learning by doing gradually. We are not perfect yet. Our prices are high. Our efficiency is low. We cannot compete with the Americans, with the British. So nobody can come and sell to us. When we are ready, we open our borders. And when they felt that they were ready, they opened their borders. And at that time, their products were the cheapest. Quality is good enough. America used to make air conditions, white goods, washing machines, dryers, and now they don't make it. The Chinese took over the whole industry, and they became rich. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Don't go and join something when the benefits of that something is not to your advantage. So now, China, who was against free trade and it didn't join, 2 years ago, China is now waving the flag of free trade.
They are ready now.
Free trade is great for the world because now they have something to sell.
They have something to offer.
Okay, justly. If they don't force free trade to be adopted, who are they going to sell to? So, my brothers and sisters, the point I'm making is this: every nation has got its own peculiarities. It's got its strengths and its weaknesses. We cannot be in this world and not engage with the rest of the world. We need to engage. But we need to engage smartly. We need to engage intelligently. We need to engage in a way that will be beneficial to us. Let's not engage and then others are benefiting from that engagement and we become the losers. And this is what I'm saying.
And I agree with you perfectly. Yeah. But here's another question, man. Americans have an expression that the train has left the station, which means a duboni where they are. Are we at that point that we have left the station? Because now all these people have now ganged up. Now they say something is called protectionism. Who born dog that you say you have a country and you're protecting your industry, so you allow imports? Then all these, can we decide that we're going to get into protectionism for certain things? And stick to it?
The key is what you said. You've answered the question, which is a brilliant one. For certain things. Because we also need to sell to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? So we must allow some trade to go on. We cannot be autarky, surround ourselves with tariff walls and nothing is happening. But we must be selective. Yeah. The Americans wanted to sell rice to Japan. The Japanese people said, over a dead body. Rice is our livelihood. We live on rice. Nobody is going to come here to sell his rice. You understand? So you must be selective. Nigerians have about 60-something items that you cannot bring it in here.
Okay.
Selective. So for us, we can take a look and say, okay, for where our economy is now, okay, we want to be 99% sufficient in, say, rice, because we eat a lot of rice. We are spending about $800 million importing rice every day. We can use the $800 million to do something inside. So rice is something that we will not allow anybody to come and sell here. You can go to Vietnam and do a JV. Bring the Vietnamese. They are some of the best rice producers. And join us so that and do the rice production here. So there are key areas that we have the advantages. Either is the soil advantage, the weather advantage, the rain advantage, okay, that we must be the best in producing that. And so we can be selective.
Identify those key areas.
I mean, my lady friends out there are going not to like me for saying this, but at where we are now, do you know the amount of money Africa spends importing wigs from China, from Brazil, from India, Colombia, somebody's hair, this and Why can't we get proud of our hair? Why can't we, our women do this and all of that. And if we are going to do this, can we find another way to do something internally? We're spending a lot of money. Cocoa is something that you can use to make a lot of different things. Lipstick, you know, the ingredients of cocoa and cassava starch and all of that. We are importing lipstick. We are importing toothbrush, toothpaste. You know, when we say these things, people think that it become a cliche and nobody's listening anymore. Yeah. But my brothers and sisters, please, we got to get serious. You can't be in this world importing everything you need to live on and selling raw materials, primary products, and think that you have a future. We got to stop that. Shoes, when you say that, oh no, this and that and all of that. That's why our economy is weak. We go and borrow for consumption. We go and borrow.
We borrow for consumption.
Yeah, we borrow for consumption. One can say that, yes, some of the money we borrow, we use it to do hospitals. But my brothers and sisters, consuming healthcare services is consumption. Yes, it makes us healthy, it protects us and all of that. But I ask you a question. If you go and borrow $1 billion at 8% coupon rate, the interest rate is, that means 80 million. Not the principal. Every 80 million divided by 365 is about close to $200,000 a day. It costs us, the interest alone. Yeah? So you go to borrow, you are consuming it, but the debt is piling up and piling. When the time comes, you don't have the money to pay, you go and borrow another 1 billion to go and retire this one, and you keep on. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Trapped in a cycle.
We need to stop it. All governments that have come in, Kofi's time, we were able, HIPIC time, knock off $4.6 billion was forgiven. Clean street. And we started again. Now look at where we are.
We are back again.
Yeah, we are back again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put our people to work. Create the wealth internally and stop this borrowing. You know, we got to use, in economics, we say, they teach us, when you put land and people together, you create wealth. Land, people, produce maize, produce okra, produce this. Now, at some point, you produce so much that you can have a factory to process it, to can it, to preserve it. Now, you can start shipping it outside for export revenue, sell it to other people and all of that. Let's focus on these things and build internal strength. And then, when we have that, we can have the best universities, the best schools, the best teachers teach our teachers well. Because if you want a school teacher to really practice that profession of teaching the kids, and most of them go into teaching because they love it, but they are also human beings. They need money to pay their school fees and this and that. So if you are underpaying them, their focus on the teaching begins to be diffuse. Now they have to do something on the side to make more money to go and do that. And before you know it, your kids in there are not being taught well. So please, I believe in the step function approach of economic and social development. Do the first things first. Gain strength, then climb the ladder and do that and keep going and keep going and keep going. This is what everybody did. The Koreans, the Taiwanese, the Chinese. This is the economic development philosophy. And I urge all our policymakers to become interested in the economic history of all these countries that are out there. What did they do when they were in our position?
You think it's because they don't know the economic history, or there's something else? Because you were giving examples of countries that have done that and done that well.
Yes.
But you realize that thing is missing in Africa. I don't think it's because our leaders don't know the history of these.
Well, then, my brother, then we are getting into the discussion of are we inferior? And I refuse to accept that.
Yeah.
I think we need to struggle a bit more, because you see.
No, I don't think we're inferior.
Well, then why are we not doing the
selfishness is probably playing some role in this, you know. And I think I don't remember. Pablo Fierro, he wrote something about the oppressed mind. That when people are oppressed and then they suddenly get their freedom, they develop the mind of the oppressor.
Yeah.
You know, so rather than focusing on what we can do here and build, we are an authority now. How can we also exploit? I don't know what's going on.
Well, that could be a factor, but my brother, we were not the only people who were enslaved. We were not the only people who were colonized. Malaysia was colonized, Taiwan was colonized, Korea was colonized. Even the Chinese, everybody has gone there to suppress them. And therefore, my point is this, that leadership is about service. It's about really having that internal belief that there's something in you that you can do to help your people live.
And I understand. Why don't we have that? And I know I've always sometimes played the inferiority just to throw an incite argument,
yes,
you know.
I understand.
But, you know, I think it's the Gans. They have something called Modin Sani. Do you understand it?
No, I don't think
Modin Sani.
No.
We've been here some.
Oh, okay.
Since the Kofi.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but you see, we need to cleanse our minds of all those things.
We need to.
You know, because...
And we are trying, but is it working?
Well, this conversation, you and I, we cannot end here today. But you see, for me...
We are setting the foundation.
Yes, for me, I try to look at this from tiny, simple ways. After we got independence, in the first place, the architecture of our politics and the architecture of our economics, are they conducive to our society? Number one. You see what I'm saying? So you and I can say, why are these important things not being triggered? Why is it that Korea, Taiwan can take the same idea, implement it, and make it beneficial to them, but somehow in Africa, it is not working for us? Because we have not done the introspection to say that, okay, is Parliament really necessary? Sometimes, you know, I sit there and I think, and I said, are we really just going along and all of that? But have we really thought about how our society should be structured and organized to make us have progress? You know. So you have this chamber of how many people who go there every day to make laws and all of that. And the laws are not implementable. They are not implemented. You create a sidewalk and say this is where by law nobody should sell here.
People walk.
This is for walking. Okay, so that there will be traffic and all that. People come and sit their things there.
All sidewalks have been blocked. They become selling points.
You go, the police go there and kick them away. 2 weeks, they are there again. What kind of society is that? You go to our markets, a whole society, the place that you have decided that this is where we are going to buy our food. The place is disorganized, it's smelly. The gutter is there, the flies are on the tomatoes. You know, when I look at these things, sometimes I cry inside, you know. Does this require a World Bank person to come and tell us?
No.
So then what kind of people are we? That we cannot organize a place where we are going to sell our food, organize it properly, bring in hygiene, the women coming there are clean, and you know, we can't even do that. We say that we need a lorry station where people will go and take trotro or whatever to the next station. And you go there, the whole place is haphazard. So, my fellow Ghanaians, I'm using this opportunity, and I mean this sincerely, that we need to think deep about ourselves. That if you are in front of your house, there's something going wrong, please don't wait and think that some government should come and do it.
Do it yourself.
You know, do it yourself. This is what creates what we call civilization. It is not what somebody is going to come and ask you to do or force you to do. It is what you can do for yourself. Because in your mind is civilized. And therefore, because your mind is civilized, what is around you begins to be civilized. The way you think begins to be civilized. What you do begins to be civilized. And by that, step by step, the whole society becomes civilized. And then we can live a better life.
I wish I had one more. But I have just like 5 minutes left. And the time that we have, after all this, you know, talking and the sense you're making, at one point in the history of Ghana, there were who's actually say, Dr. Amoah will be running for president. Did you hear that? I knew I wanted to ask this question, but I was going to trap you. I won't give you any hint that I was going to ask that. But that happened though. Was it something that people were just saying, or is it something that you have thought about that people realized, Charlie, this man
No, you see, politics is important in the sense that it becomes the head of the nation, and they do things for all of us. And I also know a lot of the politicians, and I think a lot of them are as patriotic as you and I. Okay, they really also mean well. As a matter of fact, when you get close to these people, I was very close to President Kofi. Sometimes you go to his house, he's so tired, he's sleepy, and people are still insulting you. President Akufo-Addo, I've seen that close and the same thing, you know, doing the best you can, and people are insulting you, and so it is a quest to assist. And for me, I think that I can help my society without being the president of Ghana. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, what you and I are sitting here talking about, I don't know which kid you and I have influenced already. So many people have influenced me in my life. I don't even know where they are. They don't know where I am. Something they said that changed me, you know, and made me better. So I'll continue this quest of spreading knowledge, spreading information, motivating the youth, okay, to do the right thing. But I think that we need to use our collective wealth, our collective resources, our collective power that is embodied in our governance structure to make the right policies and do the right things to help the youth of this country. Set them on the right path. If it's a job creation, to absorb them into proper jobs, you know, so that their lives will be enshrined, and that collectively our future will be enshrined.
Citizen,
yes, my
thank
brother.
you so much for gracing our studio today. And we're having, but this chat will continue, trust me.
Yes.
We'll turn this into an institution that people can know that on this date, the citizen will be with KSM.
Yes. I would love to come back, because we have a telepathy. I was telling you earlier, I don't know, because you also studied in America and all of that, of thinking similar lines of the possibilities of our nation that are not being realized. For me, this is my you know, the possibilities are there. Let's realize them. So anytime you call me, I'll be back.
One more time. Okay, folks, thank you so much for joining us today. As I said, I was shooting the breeze. You remember the two things I said? It's good to shoot the breeze for somebody you call a patriot and somebody that you call a nationalist. And that's him. And you see his thinking, and the whole approach is put Ghana first. If you have to protect certain segments of our economy, industry, and everything, let's do that and build the capacity to be competitive before we let people come in. The funny thing, and I should end, but walking through town, do you remember catapult type?
Yeah, I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Now there are some coming from China. I don't know which.
Yeah, the one I have, I looked at it and said, was this being in Ghana? No, the thing is so it's polished up.
It's from China. See? This is what we are talking about.
No, we need to rethink. You know.
Yes, we need to rethink. And on that note, Dr. Amoah, thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
For gracing the show.
Thank you, my brother.
And we look forward to having you more often.
Yes, I'm honored to come
Okay,
here.
folks, thank you very much for coming to the end of the great show. We thank Citizen Kofi for being a part of, not being a part of, for being this show. So until we catch up with you next week, as I always sign off, you know how I sign off, or you don't watch me enough?
No, I watch you. Yes.
Oh, you do? You
You don't play my advert that much anymore, but
who will start? But you know, I want you to sign off for me. What do I say when I'm signing off?
Yeah.
See you next week. As they say in Fi, Aji Bebia, Man Wine, Aji Bebia, has become one of the most requested wines for dinners, gatherings, and everything. So if you're having one, a dinner, a gathering, anything, please, the name to go with is Man Wine.
Etiefo, Se wope wine and sata, me pacho pi. Man family wine. I'm rantie miensa wo mu free Stellenbosch, South Africa ye ne kwan. Red wine na wodoni bi ene Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot ena Syrah. White wine nso ebi ne Chardonnay ene Chanel Blanc. Wo pese wo enjoy wine ya. Me pacho pi. White wine no 7 ice cold ena red wine nso maninye cool kakra. Wo pache de bi dia mo pani bia. Man family wine. Wo ye party ana ye nso a ema rain free man family wine. RT's option was Spintex Road in Krankwa and a sole distributor ewo Ghana. At to phone for 020-811-0618 059-261-1618 and now 020-816-1601. Man family wine or Bia ye. Num ninyansemu want to many pa winning fear do moche and sesa painful num bie. FDA ashisha sa ejedi nkratso imagine to mu say ye.
Hey, Foxy on the beat, boy. Today be your day, baby. Where we go day? Today be Friday, Rose and I same away. Today be your day, baby. Where we go day? Today be Friday, Rose and I same away. Make a party, make we do for the ladies. Some ladies, here the deep pass Yankee. With the party, we they do for the ladies. Some ladies, here the deep pass Yankee. Today be your day, baby. Where we go day? Today be Friday, Rose and I same away. Today be your day, baby. Where we go day? Today be Friday, Rose and I same away. Hey, listen, when you confirm, pop champagne on them. Hey, when you make up, everybody will show you consent. When you confirm, pop champagne on them. When you wake up, everybody sing for me. Let's go. Why you making money? Are they chopping money? You they do jealousy. I get it, my baby. Are they chopping love? Oh, you they do jealousy. Hey, fire burn or skin pain. I'm going higher in case you don't know. Don't do mistake. Man cross me lane. You go go insane. Oh, today be your day. Baby, where? Today be your day. Baby, where is your day? Hey, today be Friday. Rose and I. Hey. You bad my temperature. You ride my heart like Highlander. Okay. Girl, I like your men pusher. Spend my money with no pressure. Hey. Say ale. Somebody in the way I chop it. No. Hey, girl, where would you know? Hey, yeah, shy, no. Send out Sasha, no. You catch attention, no. Hey, all the today be your day. Okay, ready? Ajwaye mi wo. Ajwaye sorry. Ajwaye sorry my yanko no bi na ejuma ya. Ajwaye mo. Ajwaye my yanko. Obi ejuma yen sisinko a. Hey. Soba ajwaye sorry. Aye.